The Bible, because this what this right here is, people don't understand that this is Bible prophecy. This is not an accident. This is not just somebody being a bully on the street and taking, being a bigger dog in the street and taking somebody from somebody. This is Bible prophecy.
Right.
And we're going to show you. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So this is Moses speaking to the Israelites. The Israelites are God's chosen people, the black, Hispanics, and Native Americans today. Right. But we're under a different name now. We're Mexicanos, Chicanos, Latinos, right? Every generation of our forefathers, the name has changed, right? We have changed a different name. We're pretty much, we're a lost people with an identity crisis. Believe it or not, but we're always trying to see, oh no, soy Tejano, man. I'm Tejano now, that's new, right? I'm Tejano, I'm Mexicano, I'm Chicano. There's always something new under the sun for the Hispanics, right? Because we have an identity crisis, but God causes the Israelites.
Right.
So this is Moses speaking to the Israelites, and he said, if you do not hear the voice of God and obey his commandments, that all these curses are going to fall upon them. It said, is curses a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing, right? We are in curses. If you look at our people, the black Hispanics in every city, where we at? We're in the barrios and in the ghettos, right? In the slums and the ghettos. That's where we're at, right? And then there's not always, because we always try to live and we always try to rub elbows with the other races, right? Mostly the Caucasian races, right? Because we don't like it, so we look at each other. Man, they calling us wetbacks. They call them, like Mexicano makes us feel bad. No, I'm Chicano, I'm Tejano, you know what I mean? There's always something new. But guess what? The Bible is telling us that, guess what? We're Israelites.
That's right.
And guess what? We've fallen from the commandments of God, and God said, guess what? These curses are going to come upon you. Let's see if they come on the Mexicanos. Go ahead.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Cursed shall be in the fields and in the city. So anywhere, guess what? When we're out in the countryside or whatever, what are we doing? We're breaking our backs, right? In Las Limpias, we're picking up, we're starting picking up cotton. We're in the strawberry fields, and pecos and the cantaloupe, right? Yeah. We always something somewhere. Guess what? Breaking our backs, right? The Mexicanos are always working for minimum wage, and we are the first fired and the last hired. But guess what? We are always in the field working, and the same thing we did for the Spaniards when they came over here. They took that. Go ahead and read.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters, actually verse 31. Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face, and shall not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them.
One thing what happened right here, those who have been here, because my grandparents have been here in the southwest area in Texas, and that's what, before this was our land. New Mexico, California, Arizona, Texas, Nevada, all those were our lands, right? And what happened? The Spaniards came in and they took our what? Our fields. People don't know this, but even in 1849, think about that date, 1849. Y'all know about the 49ers, right? They're called the 49ers because in 1849, there was a gold rush in California. At the same time, in 1850, there was a law passed that you can grab a native Indian and you can slave him, and you could take his land and put him in slave and put him to work the fields. Why? Because everybody that was working the fields at that time were rushing to the mountains to get gold. Why would I ever break my back trying to work a field when, guess what? I can go up and get my pan and get gold and make money quick. So there was laws passed still in slavery. You understand that? To steal the land, that's something that guess what, we can see evidence. Because guess what? Who has the best lands on this side? It's not us, right? We can't get a loan to get a house and a quarter acre, right? We struggle and everything, but guess what? The Most High said that these curses are going to happen. Don't wake up and say, well, that's just the way it is. My people that's just the way it is. No, we can change it, and I'm going to show you later on why.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
This right here, I'm gonna tell you something. Guess what? At the beginning, I'm gonna show you a little history. At the beginning of time, we were all black. We might be light skinned. Give me hold that and give me Hosea. I'm gonna show you something, because guess what? Y'all heard the story of Adam, right? Adam was made from what? From the dust of the ground, right? The dust of the ground is what? A darker shade. Rich soil is black. So guess what? Everybody was black at the beginning of time. But guess what? Why were we light skinned? Because guess what? We say, yeah, I'm not. This is what we say. Oh, you don't say negro. I'm not black, bro. But guess what? We say also we're not Caucasian. So what are you? You know what I mean? You got to know what you are. This is the thing right here. What's going to happen?
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 7 and verse 8. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned.
So it says Ephraim. That name Ephraim, we don't know that Ephraim. You know, we probably got a tío named Ephraim. If you look on this sign right here, Ephraim are the so-called Puerto Ricans, but they were the head tribe of the Northern Kingdom. The so-called Mexicanos, which are y'all come from the tribe of Issachar. That's where y'all come from. Los Aztecas. That's where you come from in the Bible. He said that they're going to mix himself among the people. He is a cake not turned. Meaning, guess what? When you get a tortilla and you don't flip it, what happens? One gets dark and the other side's real light. Guess what? That's why you see Mexicanos are very dark, and then some are real light, because we've mixed among the people. When they came and they took our daughters and they took our sons, we mixed. But guess what? That seed, la semilla de los mexicanos, that seed has never changed. Right. You are what your father is, and it continues on. That's why, guess what? No matter where you run, if you run to where the so-called white man lives, and you try to live with rub elbows, you're still going to live under the curses.
Right.
Even if you live good and you got everything on point and everything, guess what? Your people are still under the curses.
That's right.
Go ahead and read.
Back in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Deuteronomy 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
They said, and they shall be a sign upon you for a sign and wonder. What it's talking about is the curses. It's going to be a sign. Just like when we're on a certain street, and it says First Street or Second Street, that's a sign. Meaning these curses, they're going to be on the signs of the black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you're going to identify you. Guess what? Those curses fit our people.
Right.
We're in poverty. We're in the ghettos. We're in the slums. We're cursing the city. Guess what? We're always asking them for loans. They don't ask us for loans. You know what I mean? It's the opposite. This is a sign that, guess what? The curses are always going to be upon us for this. What does it say at the end?
And for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Upon thy seed forever. And then guess what? Your children's are going to be accursed. You're not going to get away from that. Read.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
Meaning, guess what? You did not keep God's commandments.
Right.
We did not keep God's commandments. Guess what? A lot of us, are y'all so-called Católicos? You're Catholic? Yeah, because a lot of people, we grow up Catholic. Maybe we get our first communion, whatever, all those things. You go to religion and you keep a religion, but you don't keep God's commandments. Meaning, guess what? God has laws and rules in the Bible that we have to be keeping. Because guess what? The holy water that they use in there, that's not a commandment. Going to church on Sunday, that's not a commandment.
Right.
You know what I mean? Being baptized as a child, that's not a commandment. Right. So you got to step back and say, hey, what am I doing to please the Most High God? What am I doing to say, you know what? God has me for a purpose to be here. And again, the Catholic churches have told me that, guess what? You're doing okay by God. As long as you give your little tithe, you give your little money, baptize your child or you baptize yourself and you get married to the church, you're going to be okay. You're going to get yourself in the kingdom of heaven. That's messing with our mind and getting us comfortable in a lie. Because when you open this Bible right here and you start reading, guess what? God has called us to do something else. God is asking commandments and laws and a statute, and it's something to do for our people. Read.
Verse 50. Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
He said, this is going to bring a nation from far as the eagle flieth. What is the symbol of Spain? You know what the symbol of Spain is? Let me ask you this. What's the symbol of America? The eagle. That's what it is. You see the back of the quarter, you got the eagle. The back of the dollar, the eagle.
Bring it up.
In Europe, you see the eagle. Mexico, who conquered Mexico? Spain. They have the eagle.
Right.
So guess what? Spain has the eagle. This is telling you what nation is going to come from far and what?
From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
When the so-called Spaniards came on this side, they were speaking Spanish or Castellano, right? And when they came over here, the Aztecs did not speak Spanish. We spoke a different language. We spoke a different dialect, a Hebrew.
That's right.
So what happened? They came and they destroyed us.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.